all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, for back on the Bossman Show, time for my man in Memphis, J.C. Smith, part of the new Essential SF podcast. You know, here I want to keep it cleanly for the listeners out here who have baby ears. So Essential AF, insert the words as you know what they are, podcasts out there. My man, J.C. Smith. Bro, what is good, man?
Boss, what's happening with you, man? You staying safe down there?
Brother, I am. Brother, I have a new set of gloves, safety goggles, some safety shades, and some surgical masks. I'm good right here, brother.
Oh, really?
I'm ready to go out into this corona world right now.
There it is, man. What's going on with it?
Man, not much, bro. I would tell you this, bro. I'm telling you about 2 or 3 weeks, brother. Georgia's going to be messed up because, you know, as our governor opened the state back last Friday, right? And, let's just say some people was at the barbershops and salons this past weekend, brother, and some clubs open up. And it ain't going to be pretty in about 2 weeks here in Georgia. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, man. I saw the footage. Everybody getting back out into the world, man. Like I said, you know, you hope for the best, but studies have shown, the data has shown it may not be pretty in a couple of weeks, man.
Yeah, not down here in Georgia for sure, brother. Well, bro, man, let's just hit it, though. The NFL draft, man. Man, what were your thoughts on the draft, man, overall, man, and some picks that was taken, some teams? Who stood out to you making some key moves? Who's some picks you're looking forward to kind of keeping your eye on as the season progresses, if we have a season this year?
Right. Like I said, all contingent on if we even have a season, man. But, some of the moves, some of the picks I liked, man. Starting, of course, Burrow was going to go number 1 overall to Cincinnati. I really like what Miami did, signing Tua. I think Tua, is going to be a star when it's all said and done, man. Like I said, pretty much the draft went in order, and then, when it comes to, are you still? So boss, before I go any further, are you claiming the Cowboys this year? Or you still not rocking with them?
I claim nobody, brother. I'm indifferent this year. Still,
he's indifferent. Okay, all right, still indifferent. Okay, all right. But so okay, then CeeDee Lamb, the star receiver from Oklahoma, man, he was able to fall to the Cowboys at 17 when a lot of people thought he'd be off the board. By then, he ended up being the third receiver taken in the draft, man, and it's a surprise that fell to the Cowboys there. A present, Jerry Jones was all giddy, on the telecast there of the draft, man, when they were about to announce they were about to get CeeDee Lamb. And then an interesting side note happened while CeeDee Lamb was on the phone with the Cowboys. He had the Cowboy phone in one hand, and he had his other phone, hint, in the other hand, right? So
yes.
In my mind, the way it went off, he was probably getting texts, left and right on the other phone, and it was going off, and his girl, who, by the way, has been rumored to have been dating Trae Young in the past.
That's correct. And we all knew that. We hit him hard for it in the Atlanta media.
Yeah. Is that her real name? Is her real name Crimson?
Yes.
Or is that just a Instagram name?
That's what the name I've always known her as when she was around
Crimson
here.
Rose.
Originally, yes.
Yeah, because I was thinking maybe it had a tie-in with Oklahoma because Oklahoma's team colors, the colors are crimson. I thought maybe it was a tie-in with that. But yeah, Crimson Rose, man, who will now forever be notoriously known across social media as being the girl that CeeDee Lamb snatched his phone away from. And boss, I know CeeDee Lamb is going to be a Hall of Famer. You want to know why? The awareness that he had when he saw old girl snatch that phone, the awareness and the grip that he had on that phone, you could tell it was some other stuff going on that phone, man. The way he gripped it, snatched it back, and then the side-eye look that he gave to her,
yes.
like, hey, boo, hey, you have to be replaced. I'm a first-round draft pick, multi-millionaire in a few months. You about to be replaced if you keep acting up. That was the look that he gave her, man. So that was classic.
Correct.
And then my man for the Titans, who they just drafted, the big offensive lineman, is Isaiah Wilson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And him and his girl, I'm not going to say the girl was trying to steal any shine or anything like that. I think she was just honestly happy for her guy, happy for her dude. They were embracing. It was a moment. However, Mama said, get up. Mama said, get your butt up. And then I was tripping. Old girl acting like she didn't want to move at first. Mama, hey, the Titans didn't see about offering the mama a contract the way she tackled old girl off her son.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. And, a lot of parents and families out of line at the draft. It was crazy, bro. The girlfriends were tripping. The families were tripping. And what happened to the 10 or less? I saw more than 10 people at certain gatherings. Right. I saw that, brother. Right. I thought we had this thing going on, but obviously 10 or more. But I think we had that went straight to hell, too.
No doubt, man. Like you said, but overall, I enjoyed the draft, the virtual draft setup. It was different, everything went kind of, as expected. There was no issues, technical issues or anything like that. It was a pretty cool deal, man. A lot of millions of people tuned in to over the 3 days of the draft, man. So I think overall it was a good look, man. Like I said, a lot of teams helped themselves, through the draft. The Packers. Now, I don't know what's going on with the Packers right now.
Aaron Rodgers going to be salty. He don't want to trade.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that, man. You talk about a team that made it all the way to the NFC Championship game last year, with the roster they had. So you would think that they have a window where they can try to compete for, a ring or, the next year or two, another ring to add to Aaron Rodgers' collection there because he only has one ring. So you would think they would give him some help, a couple of receivers. This draft was deep with receivers, as we all know. But their first pick looks like they're looking to the future, man. They're going to put Aaron Rodgers in their rear view in the next couple of years, and they're going to move on with Utah State's Jordan Love. If he can progress and get better, he's going to definitely sit out for the next year or two, man. But the Packers have their eye on the future, man. So, it definitely looks like it spells the end for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
No doubt. And also, CC Lamb means and Jerry Jones wanting him to wear 88 means that Dez Bryant stop posting videos with Dak Prescott. You're not getting a job with the Cowboys, dude. It's over.
Yeah. You know what I would hope for Dez, and like I said, Jerry's fond of him and everything. Give him a job, man. I don't know if Dez would be open to it. His playing days are over with now, but I don't know if he'd be open to it, man. Assistant receiver coach, because I think he has a lot of wisdom and a lot of passion that he can pass down to the young guys, man. And, that's my hope for Dez, man. Get a job in the organization, just get back, to being able to have fun, man, and share, his knowledge with the rest of the young guys on the team, man, because his dream of getting back with the Cowboys, that's a wrap, man. I never saw that happening from the get-go anyway, man.
But he's desperate.
Yeah, he's looking real thirsty out there, man.
Yeah, I hope that kind of was like, yo, Dez, we're done, Dez. We're done, right. Dez. We're done.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now, we watched The Last Dance, so episode 3 and 4 came out this past weekend, watched 1 and 2. Kind of hearing about how the 98 Bulls kind of tore down prematurely, and we know how the Bulls rebuild has went since 1998 and 99 season, nowhere fast. So let's just say that Jerry Krause erred in judgment. But just before you kind of talk about this, bro, would you have tried to run it back as long as you could have, or would you just did what Krause and the Rounds would have tried to do, which was, hey, get out before it gets too late, before it really gets bad, Because I see some teams where they stick together too long and it just looks bad when it's on its last legs, and they didn't want that to happen to them. So what are your thoughts on just the whole setup of The Last Dance, where we've seen episodes 1 through 4 so far?
You know what? I love it, man. Me growing up, I was the biggest Bulls fan, the biggest Jordan fan, biggest Pippen fan. You know what I'm saying? I would cry. You know what I mean? Like if the Bulls lost back in the day when I was a kid, I would cry when they lost the playoffs, man. I was rolling tough, man, with the Bulls. So, I'm loving this documentary, man. It's been 22 years in the making. So I'm glad that they decided to go ahead and release it now. But in regards to your question about, Jerry Krause and do you break it up? They break it up too soon. I believe this. The Bulls, during like I said, 6 titles in 8 years. All those games, man, they play all those playoff games. Those guys are getting up in age, and the tread on those tires are kind of looking a little thin after a certain point. So I understand the sentiment of Jerry Krause and Jerry Reinsdorf of going ahead and dismantling the team. But I also understand where Mike and them are coming from. Like, hey, we're the champs until somebody, knocks us off the hill. So why not give us the opportunity to do that? I agree. I believe they should have probably gotten maybe one more year. But I'm going to tell you this, boss. After that 98 season, all right, you had the strike shortened season. So you only had 50 games, a quick regular season, and, a matchup against the Spurs in the finals. Tim Duncan and David Robinson would have been tough, man, because the Bulls, their Achilles heel was always dealing with big men that had game, man. Like, they had no answer for that. So, that, it was always, believed that if the Bulls would face the Rockets, in that 93 or 94 season or 94-95 season when Mike was on his baseball hiatus. A lot of people believe that the Rockets could have beaten the Bulls, because the Elijah one was just, a nightmare. Like who was going to handle him? So you talk about who's going to handle those bigs for the Spurs. You got Twin Towers, Robinson, and Duncan was, killing folks. You know what I'm saying? Only his second year in the league at that point. So it would have been tough, maybe a 6 or 7 game series. And then the following year, you got Kobe and Shaq you're dealing with, man. So I believe that, they probably should have got maybe another year or so to try. But at the same time, I would never want to see Michael lose a final. I would never want to see Jordan lose a final. I never want to see the Bulls lose a final, man. It was something about being perfect that just stands the test of time. And that's what makes him the GOAT, man. You're talking 6 for 6. Like, okay, LeBron may be a better all-around player, but you talk about LeBron having a 3-6 record in the final, man. And in the finals, that means something when it's all said and done, man. I think that's why Jordan will always have that stature over everybody else, man, because he was perfect in the finals, man. Kobe lost twice in the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like, it means something to get to the championship series, man, the finals, and you perfect 6 for 6, man. That's why he's the GOAT.
No doubt. And I would say with the lockout that year, it probably ended naturally where it should have been. Because, like you said, the shortened 99 season with the lockout, it would have been ugly, probably.
Yeah.
And and the guys on the 1-year deals, how you convince Pippen to come back after how he feels. So I think, as we would say, we want to have one more shot at it, but it kind of ended where it needed to end. It kind of with how the lockout went, so.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The lockout pretty much sealed their fate. And then also, what you're watching now, in all the episodes so far, the fact that Krause already said that, hey, Phil Jackson's not coming back. He was trying to get rid of Phil after the 72-10 season. That's crazy when you think about it, man. But and also they were not going to give Pippen a big deal. Pippen had to go elsewhere to get his money after that last championship. So, like I said, it ended at the right time, the way it was supposed to. But it's just a shame that, because you would never see that happening today. If a team has won 6 titles in 8 years and they're talking about breaking it up, that never would happen.
Unless you're Kevin Durant,
stupid. Different time, yeah.
Unless you're Kevin Durant, stupid.
Right. Exactly. Pretty much.
So, yeah, and last topic, bro, it's kind of sad what's going on with COVID-19, but a report came out of how funeral homes are dominating radio advertising now. That's messed up. We know what's going on with the pandemic around us, and people are dropping like flies, but for real, you have to advertise your services now on the radio now, and taking over where ad dollars are going out. You pushing into them, bro. It just seems so sick and twisted to me, brother.
Hey, man, we're living in some crazy times. Like you said, funeral businesses, hey, they see opportunity, and they know what's going on out here, man. People are dying, by the hundreds, by the thousands. So, they see opportunity to cash in, as far as the advertising and the way that thing goes, man. But, like I said, it's overall, man, like, it's just a shame that, we're not taking care of each other as people. At the end of the day, it's all about money, dollar bill, and that's all well and good, but at a certain point, it's about looking out for your fellow man. And it's a situation where, you may not have any symptoms or anything, man, but you can pass it on to somebody, and that person passes it on to, and so on to the point, where we're right back in the same boat again. So, I just wish people would just take heed and just, chill, man. Outside is going to be there. It ain't going nowhere. It's going to be there. Let's take the time, man. I know everybody wants to get back out and, enjoy these nice spring days before it gets, super high out here, but it's going to be there for you, man. But it's all about taking care of the brother, man, taking care of the other man, and everybody just kind of look out for everybody, and we're gonna be all right.
Yes, indeed, no doubt. Well, bro, thank you for your time all this week, brother. We'll talk to you next week, and we'll recap some more Last Dance episodes and see what else happens in the world of sports between now and next week, my good brother.
Oh, no doubt. We didn't get a chance to talk about Rodman. Rodman in the Vegas trip. But we'll save that for next time.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we need some time for that one. We need some time to lay him out for sure.
That deserves a whole segment by itself, man, talking about Rodman.
No doubt. We'll definitely hear that next week, my good brother.
No doubt, bro.
All right, it's JC Smith on the Boss Man Show.
Hip hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.